Time now for a preview of some of today's front pages, along with the Associated Press photos you might find inside. And let's go first to a few of the pictures here that are interesting this morning. NBC last night announced its replacement for David Letterman. He's there with Jay Leno on the left. He's Conan O'Brien, a comedy writer. I have to admit, few people have ever heard of him before. Actually, I think this picture is going to be published on a milk carton. Anybody ever seen this guy before? Coming up next.
Conan O'Brien, actually. NBC hopes to turn this relatively little-known writer-comedian into a household word. He will be taking over when Letterman jumps to CBS this summer. The announcement was made last night on The Tonight Show.
Nobody knows this guy, nobody's seen him, and I thought you might want to say hello to him. It's Mr. Conan O'Brien. Come on out here. How you doing? Good to see you. Thanks a lot. How old are you? What, you're 29?
I just turned 30, actually.
Well, that's pretty good. I was still at Chuckles when I was 30, so that's good. See, I'm a geek. Are you excited about this? Is it fun?
Yeah, well, I found out about 8 hours ago. I was like eating a big sandwich, and they called me on the phone and said, I had this job. This is seriously true. And I'm thrilled.
Yeah.
I mean, it's something I've wanted to do all my life. I'm ecstatic.
And like right here tonight is like your first time on TV.
Well...
And you know,
yeah.
Dave Letterman is a legend here at NBC, and if there's anything that's fun to do, it's replacing legends at NBC. I know it. Oh, yeah. Oh, man.
Jay knows. O'Brien is a 1985 Harvard graduate. His past experience includes writing and producing for Fox's animated The Simpsons and writer for NBC's Saturday Night Live. He also wrote for HBO's Not Necessarily the News and performed with the Groundlings comedy troupe in San Francisco.
Shandling turned it down. The new show will debut on August 23rd. Now, Al, you were on the Conan O'Brien search today.
I talked to a couple of people up at Saturday Night Live who all say he's a very funny man. Not a lot of, again, on-camera experience, but he's a very funny guy.
And David Letterman, his response?
David Letterman just, I was watching him tape and said, well, I don't know anything about him, but I hear he killed a guy. That's what Letterman said.
The war is on.
He also, tonight, I won't divulge it, but they've got top 10 tips for the new late-night host. It's worth the wait, I'll tell you.
Great.
Anyway, let's see if our weather's worth the wait. Check it out.
Like a great big hat that's used as a satellite dish to pick up psychic readings. This is Talk Soup. Greg Kinnear back with you. Monday, NBC announced David Letterman's replacement to host the network's late-night show. Speculation had been brewing for a long time that it would be taken over by either Garry Shandling or myself. Shandling couldn't do it for logistical reasons. I, on the other hand, had already committed to a whole lineup of Flobium commercials that'll be airing this fall, so look forward to that. The man who got the coveted job is a relatively unknown writer-comedian named Conan O'Brien. On Monday's Tonight Show, Jay Leno introduced him to America for the very first time. Here now is the new owner of the nightly 12:30 p.m. slot on NBC.
We found a gentleman. He just signed a contract like, what, a couple hours ago? Hours ago. Just found out about this. The gentleman who is a writer on Saturday Night Live, won an Emmy. Right, won an Emmy on Saturday Night Live. Works on The Simpsons. Lauren Michaels, who you know from Saturday Night Live, will be producing the show. And I thought, come by. Nobody knows this guy. Nobody's seen him. And I thought you might want to say hello to him. It's Mr. Conan O'Brien. Come on out here. How you doing? Good to see you. Thanks a lot. How old are you? What, you're 29?
I just turned 30, actually.
Well, that's pretty good. I was still at Chuckles when I was 30, so that's good. See, I'm a geek. Are you excited about this? Is it fun?
Yeah, well, I found out about 8 hours ago. I was like eating a big sandwich, and they called me on the phone and said, I had this job. This is seriously true. And I'm thrilled.
Yeah.
I mean, it's something I've wanted to do all my life. I'm ecstatic.
And like right here tonight is like your first time on TV.
Well...
And you know,
yeah.
Dave Letterman is a legend here at NBC, and if there's anything that's fun to do, it's replacing legends at NBC. I know. Oh, yeah. Oh, man.
It's okay, Greg. Maybe a game show will open up.
All right.
O'Brien is a 1985 graduate of Harvard University. And actually, that was really stupid. Also a good writer. Thursday on The Tonight Show, the rap group Rex and Effect will perform a song.
Yesterday, NBC announced that, I guess August? The new host of this show will be a young man by the name of Conan O'Brien. I don't know the man. I've never met the man, but we certainly wish him all the success and happiness doing this show that we've had over the last 11 years. Conan O'Brien, and the show begins with Conan. When does it begin, Paul? Sometime in August. And I'll be leaving the show. It's not like we're co-hosting it.
Going elsewhere.
Yeah,
Conan O'Brien.
Paul and I will be going to, we ought to get a flow chart. Because there's so much activity now in the talk show world.
Oh, boy.
And ooh, isn't it fascinating? Paul and I are taking the show over to CBS, and then this young man, Conan O'Brien, will be coming in. I don't know the man, never met him, and I hope he has everything that we have had and much, much more. Yeah, seems like a nice one. I'm going to tell you something. That was pathetic, and I know you didn't mean it. So, when you don't mean it and it's that obvious, don't waste our time. So, now the audience doesn't mean it, but on their own they applaud. Now, to make it worse, Bill Wendell, who doesn't get it anyway, decides what he really wants now is some kind of standing ovation. And complicating and compounding the mistake. No, that's very nice. I heard the new guy, the only thing I do know about Conan O'Brien, I heard he killed a guy. That's what I heard.
No, you're making that up.
I heard he killed a guy.
No,
that's all.
you didn't.
I don't know.
You're making that up. You don't know him. You've never met him. You wish him more of what we've had.
What I heard. Some guys.
A lovely guy. No, that's
killed
not true. You can't say that about a guy.
But other top stars on TV have done time.
Well, like who?
Well, like that the Home Improvement boy. He's been away. He went away.
He
was
went
gone.
up the river?
Yeah, he was gone. And now he paid his debt to society, and now he's back, and he's on next to the Roseanne show. It's the most popular show on television.
Yeah. Well, what was the charge with him?
I don't know. I'm not here, and it doesn't make any difference because he went away, he paid his debt to society, and now he's got a big hit show.
That's wonderful. Only in America, I guess. You're making it all up.
Okay, let's see. Anyway, so that brings us back to the top 10 category. Now, don't do it again, because I know you don't mean it, and don't just have Wendell stand in the hall till he can get himself under control. Wendell comes to and senses a standing O. Come on, everybody! Come on, everybody! The war's over! Let's go! Maybe Mr. O'Brien would like an announcer. See, I know you don't mean that either. Anyway, top 10 tips. No, top 10 tips for the new guy.
Oh, great.
Conan O'Brien. Yeah. Top 10 tips. Beginning whenever he begins in August. Yeah. And as I guess I pointed out, I won't be here.
You will not be co-hosting.
I think there's some confusion hanging in the air. Yes. Confusion or indifference, certainly. Top 10 tips now for the new late night host who is Conan O'Brien. You're not staying with him, are you, Paul? You're going.
No, I'm coming with you.
Okay. Here we go. Top 10 tips now. Number 10. A drugged guest is a well-behaved guest. You know who else was in prison was that guy Rock on Fox.
He did time?
I think he was away too.
We know.
Wasn't he, Bob? Yeah. A very high percentage of your TV stars have been in prison. How about that? Is that right? Is that the kind of country we want? I don't know. Number 9, proper gratuity for Marv Albert, Nicola Blooper. Marv Albert is a sportscaster. He's a frequent guest on the show, and he shows sports bloopers. Number 7, Willard's insane. That's Willard Scott, the Today Show weatherman. Oh, wait a minute. Number 8, kids will look up to you. Don't let them think it's cool to smoke. Number 7, Willard's insane. It's Willard Scott. He's the Today Show weatherman. Who, by the way, has never done time but beat a cue card boy to death with his bare hands. That's the truth.
Scot-free.
That's exactly right.
Believe it.
That's right. Beat.
What kind of a country? I just got it myself.
Oh. Just sit with them. How's your new baby? Paul Shaffer has a brand new baby girl. Victoria.
Yes, thank you.
How is she?
Thank you for asking. She's great. Everybody's doing great. Thanks a lot.
Have you had a chance to take the baby, you and your wife take the baby outside? Because it's been lovely spring weather.
Yeah, it's beautiful out. We were thinking of taking her out.
All right.
Why do you ask?
I want to caution you one thing.
Why?
Before you take your baby outside, watch this.
What?
Just think about this. You just think about that. Be very, very careful.
Yeah. You can't be too careful these days.
I'm surprised they didn't show you that at the hospital. You didn't see that?
I didn't watch any of the stuff
No,
they
you
were going to show.
should be very cautious. This time of year, you just, like Central Park, be careful. That's all I'm saying.
You're right. Man.
Let's see. Number 6, top 10 tips for the new late night host. Number 6, if you ever have a baby, look out for giant birds. There it goes.
Ow.
Number 5, GE executives are pinheads, NBC executives are boneheads. It's a very... Number 4, no one cares about Walter Cronkite's lunch. Number 3, don't panic if you find a strange woman in your home. Number 2. When all else fails, just say Buttafuoco. And the number 1 tip for the new late night host, 2 words, laugh track. There you go. Anyway, all kidding aside, we certainly wish the new kid a lot of luck.
We sure do.
Yep. I
say we sure do.
And a lovely actress and a fine woman and very active in her community. I've run out of things to say about the guests. Well groomed. Mary Stuart Masterson, kids. There's a fantastic right over there.
Thank you. Hey, David.
Yeah,
you know me. You know that sometimes I think about my name, Paul Shaffer. I feel it doesn't really have the proper show business ring. Sometimes I like to give myself a new show business name. Yeah. I got one I want to try out on you. Maybe it'll give me more credibility with the kids.
Yeah, what do you
See what you think about this. Conan O'Shaffer.
I like it.
What do you say?
Very nice. Solid.
Thank you. For the evening, would you try it on me? Conan O'Shaffer. Just
all right.
See how it feels.
Do I have to use both names?
No, it's just Conan O. I like it. I don't know. It's got a ring. The kids like it.
Thank you very much. Nice to see you. How you doing? Sounds like a kennel, doesn't it? You know, if you've ever seen this program before, you know I'm not the kind of guy to burden you with my own personal strife of daily existence. So, but just indulge me here on this one. You tell me now, I'll describe the situation. You tell me whether I should be upset by this. Pardon me. It's getting to be Mother's Day. And about this time of year, every year, I phone my mom back there in Indiana, and I see if we can't do something on Mother's Day. So I did that last night. I called her up and I say, well, what about it, Mom? Turns out she already has plans to have brunch with a guy named Conan or something. I Is that a harmonica? Or have we scrambled your voice, too? It's one of those things. Ladies and gentlemen, in August, our first guest will take over as host of this very program that's called Late Night. I, of course, will be beginning my preparations to take over the Larry Gatlin role in the Will Rogers Follies. Thank you very much. It's certainly a dream come true. My return to the theater. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the new guy, Conan O'Brien. Conan. Conan, welcome to the program. Congratulations, and just a word of advice. I think the network would kind of like to see you in a tie. They'd like to see me in a cab. How you doing?
I'm all right. This is weird. This happened to me a week ago now. I found out that I was going to be coming doing this show, and since then, it's been incredibly strange.
How did you? Let's take people through the process. How did you get the job? How were you considered for the job? And then how did it happen? You haven't had other talk shows in the past, have you?
Yes, actually I have.
You have?
I've done 5 talk shows. They all failed miserably, and now I'm getting this.
Well, you're just the guy, then.
Yes, no. No, they somehow thought this time it would work. No, I've never had a talk show before. What happened, basically, as I was approached, Lorne Michaels was asked to...
Mr. Saturday Night Live,
that's
producer
right.
of Saturday Night Live,
That's
and
right.
other
right.
movies and so forth. Very talented, funny man, smart guy.
And I was asked to the greatest man who ever lived. You see, no. And I was basically, he approached me, would I want to try out for it, and I did. I tested on the Tonight Show set. And,
where exactly did he approach you?
I was lured into a cab. Walking down the street, minding my own business. And he basically said, take a shot at it. And I did. I tested for it, and I prepared a monologue, and I went on the Tonight Show set and interviewed 2 guests, and it went really well.
Yeah.
And so they, I guess, considered me for a while, and I hear that they were considering some other people, too. And
I think I had a shot at it for a while.
Yeah, your problem, you just didn't have the right attitude.
I think so.
Give it time, all right?
So it's an unusual story.
No, I mean, and since this all happened, it's been incredibly weird. I mean, I walk down the street now and I get recognized.
Mm-hmm.
People
Oh, that's
are like,
great.
hey, look, it's that guy who doesn't deserve a show. And I say, hey, come on, that's not fair. Give me a chance. One of the weirdest things of all is that the press goes and they talk to my parents.
Already visited your family?
Yeah, they visit my family, which is everyone's, it's a nightmare.
Yeah.
I mean, when you're a kid, you don't want people coming over to your folks' house because you're afraid your parents might do something to creep them out. And so when I heard that the press was talking to my mom, I was a little worried.
A little jumpy, I would think.
Yeah, and then it turns out that my mom assured everybody that I'm very hardworking and I'm a good student, and I'm a good boy, and that I have a lovely temperament.
Cleans up after himself.
Yeah, things that are really going to make everybody want to laugh.
It's important, though.
Yeah, no, it's good. So
now, I don't think we want to mislead people to believe that you have not been performing or have not been on television entirely.
Yeah, I know
that's, you have been on other shows.
Yeah, that's something that's frankly, it's ticking me off a little bit.
Yeah.
I have this reputation in the press now. They say I have no performing experience, and I have performed.
Mm-hmm.
I've been out there performing. I was on Saturday Night Live for a number of years.
Is that right?
Yeah, and I was doing a lot of stage work on Saturday Night Live. I had a lot of camera time. And so I just wanted to set the record straight.
We have some videotape of your performing.
I brought some tape tonight to prove to the American people that I have performing experience.
So this is just kind of like some get acquainted tape here with
This is some
Conan
tape
O'Brien.
of me that I think you'll feel very confident after this. Okay.
We'll do level there.
Hi.
Down here.
Now here we go.
Yes.
All right.
Carlisle party of
There
two.
we go. Here we come, and
there you are, having
there
a beverage.
I am.
Having a
that
right
is,
there. Wow.
That's back of the restaurant guy. Now here's my other character. Here we go. You see me? There I am right there.
Oh,
that's my character that holds on to Chris Farley. Yeah. And here we go. Here's a. Watch this. See, huh? Wait, you might miss it.
Don't you
Hold
worry,
on.
Angel.
Okay, we missed it. Now come back. It's going to come back, and there I am right there. Now watch, this is where I show my performing ability. Watch this. Look at me hitting the drums. Right there, ladies and gentlemen. See that? I'm the guy at the drums.
Very interesting tape. Now, you mean we could have had Wayne Gretzky hosting this show?
He was third runner-up. Yeah. No, those characters are all have their own merchandising down at the NBC store, which you can pick up on your way out.
Now, have you thought about what you're going to do with the program? Is it going to be the same, only better? I would hope.
Yes.
God, I would hope.
We decided on a format, which is I pretty much want to copy the Kathy Lee and Regis.
You can't go wrong. You can't go wrong there.
Because it works in the daytime. It's going to work at night.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. And people love that. So they love trivia questions. They love the whole thing. So I think that's the way to go. I haven't yet. We're finalizing the sidekick thing. I'm thinking about getting. I don't know who here remembers that Indian that used to cry in the pollution commercials. Remember him?
What was his name? Iron Eyes Cody.
Iron Eyes Cody.
I almost said Jay Silverheels, but that
would be
Tonto.
wrong.
That would be Tonto.
Well, we're getting that crying Indian guy to be my sidekick. What we're going to do is basically anytime I attempt a joke and it bombs, we'll just close in on his face. He'll turn and dramatically start crying.
That's a very smart thing to do.
See, I've got it all figured out.
Yeah, and don't even think about electronically altering his voice, all right?
No, I wouldn't, no. Someone's patented that already.
Well, this is very, very exciting for you, and as I mentioned to you on the phone, I guess last week, we've had great fun here, and we've had wonderful times and terrific success, and I certainly wish all of that for you.
Well, listen, it was a thrill. Thanks for having me very much.
Anytime.
Thanks a lot.
Conan O'Brien, ladies and gentlemen. It's the new guy. Look, the new guy. We'll be right back. Hey, boy! How do you do? Conan O'Brien was out here. He was very nice. He was very pleasant. And then as soon as we went to a commercial, he was backstage. I heard him yelling and screaming and calling people names back there. He called a couple of stagehands. He said, "Out of my way, punks! I'm taking over. This dump is mine now. You geeks is history." He's got a kind of a hair-trigger temper. You hate to...
You know, it's amazing how a guy kind of takes over a show.
No, I'm just kidding. It's my real.
Oh, God. Our next guest is a very entertaining actor, director, and writer. Conan O'Brien punched this man.
No, he did not. I can't believe that.
Yeah, good luck to you, pal. Boom.
How could a guy so nice? I can't believe
Well, it just goes to show you, that's the ugly side of show business. Audience in a contemplative mood tonight, and I salute that. The gentleman who will take over this program is Conan O'Brien. I've met him a couple of times. The only thing I know about Conan for sure is that he's been in prison. That's all I don't know. I know he killed a guy. I don't... and he's been on the show, and as I said to him when he was a guest on our program, I hope for Conan and his staff all of the success and the happiness that we here have been able to achieve, and I sincerely mean that for him and his folks. Also, I hope that he finds it in his heart sometime down the road to invite me back here from time to time. I would get a kick out of that.